Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to what's happening at Wabash High School this week. Hey, welcome back from spring break, everybody. Hope you had a great week. Hope you were able to enjoy the sun and the trip. If you happened to go someplace, or even if you just took a day trip, what a great weather we had last week. What an enjoyable past few days to just enjoy and relax and recharge. In fact, normally spring break weather here at home, while everyone travels south, is bad. It's rainy. It's dreary, kind of like what it's been this weekend. But in fact, we had fabulous weather here this week, at least until everyone started returning from their trips to the south. So I don't think there's a correlation between everybody coming back and the bad weather, miserable wet weather we've had this weekend, but I'm still holding all of you who went on vacation responsible for the rain this weekend. So, well, no, not really. I'm teasing you, but maybe I am. I'm not too sure yet. But anyway, I hope everyone was able to have some downtime to get recharged for these final weeks of the school year and get ready for really what is a sprint to the end of the year. Um, we talk about the school year being a marathon. It's kind of this long 9 months, 10-month journey that we have. But when spring break hits, we come back from spring break. This is a sprint. These remaining weeks of the semester are going to pass very, very quickly. And so, what this means is that your number one priority as a student needs to be focusing on your grades and getting your assignments completed. Okay. I know in the past, many of you have kind of put these things off, but before you know it, progress reports are going to be here. In fact, I believe progress reports are due on the 30th, so the 30th of this month. So you've only got a few more weeks before they're out, and really this time of year, if your grades aren't where you want them to be by progress reports, things become very, very difficult for that last 4.5, 5 weeks. So make sure you are monitoring your grades. If you have questions or need help, ask your teachers. Ask somebody for help. Just don't sit there and ignore the situation. All right. This is especially true for you seniors. Now, seniors, I'm going to talk to you guys here for just a little bit. Many of you have put off your required classes, required responsibilities all year. They're oftentimes as a senior, that senioritis comes in. You're tired, you're wore out, you're just ready for everything to be over. You procrastinate, you put things off. Yeah, I can do that work later. Hey, you know what? Later's here. You can no longer procrastinate. This is make or break time. You must get your work done. There is no more time to put things off. There is no more, hey, I can do this tomorrow. Tomorrow's here, folks, okay? Seniors, this is make or break time, so you have to get your work done. Don't put yourself in a situation where you don't graduate because you're lazy or thought you had more time. You don't. Time is up, okay? Time has run out, and now you have to get done what is required. If you don't, and you're a senior, you will not graduate on time. It's plain and simple. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Only you are able to do the work. Nobody's going to hand you a free pass and say, well, you know what? Don't worry about this class. You don't have to do that. No, that's not going to happen. You are required by the state of Indiana to have a certain number of credits to get a certain type of diploma. And if you don't do what is required of you, if you don't do what you are responsible to do, you're not going to graduate on time. If you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, and you don't do what you're supposed to do, you are going to make it more difficult on yourself for the upcoming year. Because look at this. you're a junior and you fail a class, well, you got to repeat that class. Now you got to repeat that class on top of all your senior requirements. Same thing, freshman. Everybody, oh, I'm a freshman. I got 3, 4 years. I can get through this. No, you 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 have got to get it done, because if you don't pass that class, your freshman year, you're going to be taking it your sophomore year. You don't pass your sophomore year, you're going to be taking it your junior year. You don't pass your junior year, you're going to be taking it your senior year. You're going to be in summer school trying to get things done, trying to get caught up and be where you're supposed to be. So, you know what? Just don't delay what can be done today. Okay? Get your work done. And look, I know there are times when we may not understand something, when we may need help with something, you know, okay, if you don't understand something, ask questions, ask for help. Don't just sit there and think it's miraculously going to get completed on its own, because it's not. The only person that's going to complete it is you. The only person that's going to do it is you. The only person that's going to make sure that the work is done and turned in on time is you. You've got to do it. Your teachers will help you. They'll remind you. They'll be there for you. Mr. Whelan, myself, your counselors, we're all here to help you. If you need help with something, ask. Make sure you ask. Okay? Now, in these next coming weeks, it's a sprint. Like I said earlier, things are going to be going very, very quickly. A lot of you are going to be testing, visiting colleges, getting ready for summer jobs or whatever the case. And there's going to be times in these next few weeks that you're going to be out of school. Make sure you know your schedule. Remember, you are responsible for making up any missed work. If you go on a college visit and there's a test that day, you've got to make up that test when you come back. If something is to be turned in on the day that you're gone, you've got to make sure you get that turned in when you come back. Okay? You have responsibilities, and a lot. I'm going to be honest. A lot of you have put your responsibilities off and put them off and put them off. Well, here we are in these final weeks of the school year. They go quickly. It's time to live up to your end of the bargain and put yourself in a situation where you're going to be prepared for the next year, no matter what that year is bringing, whether it's going off to college or getting a job, going into the military, whether it's setting yourself up for your next year of school. You've got to get your work done, plain and simple. Okay. And if you're having trouble with something, please make sure you ask. Make sure you ask. Now, upcoming week, not a whole lot going on here, folks. This is going to be a great week to get back into the groove of school, kind of shake off some of those spring break bad habits we learned, and get back into how things need to be done and how things need to operate these next few weeks, so that everybody has set them up for success and for the years coming. So, Mondays are going to be a regular school day. We have a lot of athletics. All the athletics are off and running for the spring. 5 o'clock boys varsity golf. They're going to be taking on Eastbrook and Northfield. This is going to be out at Honeywell's, I believe, at the Honeywell Golf Course. 5:30 boys varsity baseball versus Oak Hill on the road. And then Special Olympics is going to have practice out on the track at 6:30. Tuesday, again, good normal day at school. 5 p.m. co-ed varsity track versus Manchester and Rochester. Going to be on the road at Manchester. Boys varsity baseball is going to be at Caston, or taking on Caston at home. Wednesday, big day in the high school on Wednesday, blood drive. We're going to have our spring blood drive. If you haven't signed up for a time, if you're looking for a time to get signed up, please contact Maggie France. You can email her at her student email and get yourself scheduled and signed up. Make sure you have the paperwork that you need to have to be able to donate blood. and we've got signs around the building. The office can help you with the requirements. And again, if you need a time, contact Maggie France. Lunch during lunch and advisory, those students who are involved with We the Mini are going to meet there. And then 4:30, boys varsity golf versus Manchester at Manchester, and boys JV baseball versus Lewis Cass. Going to be home at Chris Rood Field. So make sure you come out and socially distance and watch a little baseball at Chris Rood Field. Thursday, the 15th of April is the FAFSA deadline. This is the last day for you seniors to get your FAFSA done. So please make sure you've done that. Also on Thursday at noon at Honeywell's, we will have the Honor Student Luncheon. And for those seniors that are going to be involved in that Honor Student Luncheon, you have been or will be notified of that. And then athletics for Thursday night, boys varsity baseball versus Southwood. Beautiful Chris Rood Field again. 5 p.m. co-ed varsity track versus Mississinawa at home on the new track. And then 5 p.m. also girls varsity tennis over at the Honeywell courts taking on Manchester. Friday, typical Friday, FCA in the morning. Book club's going to meet over lunch up in the library. We'll have Patchy Way pass recognition, and then boys varsity baseball against Marion at home. Remember, Patchy Way pass recognition. Students, if you see another student doing something and you want to recognize them for that, remember there is that a link out there for you to create an Apache Way pass for those students, and you can recognize them for something good. So jump online, and nominate a fellow student for doing something the right way every day. So there's that for you. And then Saturday, we've got girls varsity tennis. They're going to be at the Jimtown four-way invite, and boys varsity track will be at the Busco invite. So a lot going on athletic-wise this week. Not a lot of disruptions during the school day, so you can get back into the swing of things, get back into the groove of things. And hey, like I said before, welcome back, Wabash High School. Have a great week.